Welcome to DrupalBrief. This is an AI-generated summary of another video, podcast, or blog post. If you want to learn more about what's being discussed here, then please go check out the source. This podcast is sponsored by Drupal Forge. Drupal Forge is an open-source, lightning-fast demo, development, and testing platform. It spins up Drupal sites in less than 5 seconds, complete with a browser-based VS Code. Want to try Drupal CMS, Drupal AI, Experience Builder? No need to install anything on your laptop. Drupal Forge has you covered. Even Composer, Drush, and AI keys are pre-installed so you can hit the ground running. Demo Drupal in less than 5 seconds only at Drupal Forge. Please take a second to click subscribe. We're a new podcast and this helps us a lot. Okay, that's it. Ready? Here we go.
Welcome, fellow learners, to the deep dive.
Great to be here.
So, AI. It's everywhere, right? Almost overwhelming sometimes.
Absolutely. Moves so fast.
But what if, you could actually harness some of that power, like the really advanced models, but run them right on your own machine, totally under your control?
That's exactly what we're digging into today.
Yeah, we're taking a deep dive into open source AI, specifically how you can use tools like Ollama to really supercharge your Drupal development. Boost your workflow. Think of this as like your shortcut to understanding this whole different approach to AI.
Precisely. We'll be unpacking what open source actually means in the AI world because it's nuanced.
Right.
We'll look at how it applies in Drupal, some powerful developer tools, and yeah, even some surprising collaborations happening right now.
Okay, so our mission today. Equip you, the listener, with the knowledge to use these powerful private AI tools, understand the open source landscape, and see how they plug into real world development.
Should be some good aha moments.
Let's dive in. So, okay, open source AI. You said it's nuanced. It's not always straightforward, is it?
Not at all. It's really more of a spectrum.
A spectrum. How so?
Well, on one end, you've got what you might call truly open source. Think open training data, reproducible training methods, clear evaluation metrics. You can see how it was built.
Like Apple's OMO2 or DCLM 7B?
Exactly. Maximum transparency. Then you step down a bit, you get partially open models, like Ken was an example.
Okay.
Further along, maybe you just get open weights. So the model's brain, the weights are shared, but how they got there. The data, the process, that might be a black box. Stable LM fits here.
Less transparent then.
Definitely. And then there's conditional open source. Meta's Llama 3 is a big one here.
Yeah.
Widely available, yes, but with strings attached.
Strings, like commercial terms.
Right, like needing a special license if you hit a massive user count, or rules against using it to improve competing models.
Okay, so this spectrum. Why should, a developer like me working on a project really care about these differences? Seems a bit academic, maybe.
But it's not just academic at all. It hits your project's future, how auditable it is, even ethics. Sure, there's the cost angle saving on per-token fees from proprietary services versus buying hardware for local models.
Right, the hardware cost versus subscription fees.
But it's deeper. Truly open models give you that transparency. You can understand potential biases better, you control the data flow completely for privacy, and you truly own that part of your tech stack. It's strategic.
Strategic independence. I like that.
And this ties into a really tricky point about open source AI economics. It's not like typical open source where people mainly donate time. Training these huge models costs serious money. Compute power isn't free.
Yeah, you need massive server farms, right?
Exactly. So while individuals and companies contribute, figuring out who pays for creating these foundational models, that's a big question mark hanging over the whole field. It affects what gets built and how sustainable open really is.
That's a really crucial point for the long term. Okay, so with that foundation laid, let's pivot to Drupal. How is AI making a difference there? We've seen module consolidation, right?
Yeah, Drupal's definitely leaning into AI. Dries by Chart himself has highlighted it as a competitive edge. And the AI core module is central to this.
AI core, what does that give us?
Well, several key things. There's the AI Explorer that lets you easily download and sort of kick the tires on different models and prompts right within Drupal. Helps you find the right tool for the job quickly.
Nice. Less fumbling around. What about automation?
That's where AI automators come in. A really good use case is, say, automatically extracting location info from your content and putting it into specific fields.
Oh, neat.
And it plugs right into ECA event condition action, which is, Drupal's powerful rules engine for automating workflows. So AI becomes part of your automated process.
ECA integration, that's powerful. And search. Search is always huge.
For AI search, yeah, this is cool. You combine an embedding model, which basically turns text concepts into numerical fingerprints. Fingerprints, okay.
With a vector database, like Pinecone, or even Postgres with the PG vector extension. These databases are built to search those fingerprints super fast.
So what does that do for the user?
Imagine the Umami demo site, the recipe site. You could search for Mexican food recipes and find relevant stuff even if the content editor never explicitly tagged everything with a Mexican category. It understands the meaning, not just the keywords.
Wow, okay. That's semantic search without needing perfect taxonomy. Site builders can set that up.
Yep. Largely a site building task. No custom code needed for the basic setup.
That is a genuine aha moment, I think. What else is cooking in the Drupal AI space?
Oh, plenty. We're seeing agents that can help with site building tasks, guide you through things. Great for learning.
Agents.
Yeah.
Like little helpers?
Sort of, yeah. Then image alt text generation. Huge for accessibility. AI suggests default alt text when you upload an image.
Saves time, but you still need to check it, right?
Absolutely. Human oversight is key. I saw one where AI said parrot on a fence, but it was clearly a wire. You need that final check. Good example.
There's also automated translations. Remember the Royal Ontario Museum? AI did the first pass, humans verified, saved tons of time.
Right, I remember that case study.
Plus AI-powered SEO suggestions and even image generation right inside Seek Editor with tools like Stable Diffusion.
Okay, wow. Drupal's really embracing this. But running those big open source models, especially the privacy-focused ones, how do we do that locally? That brings us to Ollama, doesn't it?
Exactly. Ollama. It's an open source platform from a startup designed to make running LLMs locally really straightforward. Easy to use, privacy first.
Important distinction. It runs the models, it's not a model itself, and not related to Meta's Llama models, even though the names are similar.
Correct, on both counts. So you can run Meta's Llama models using Ollama, but they are separate things. Think of Ollama as the engine, not the fuel.
Got it. So how easy is it for someone like me to get this running installation using it?
Surprisingly easy. You can use Homebrew if you're on a Mac, or just download it from ollama.com/download. Works on Mac, Linux, Windows.
Command line tool though, right?
Yes, it's command line based. But the commands are simple. Just typing Ollama lists everything. Ollama Road, Ollama 2 is a great way to just pull down a basic model and start chatting.
Okay. And for specific models?
You use Ollama pull, followed by the model name, like Ollama pull Mistral. Ollama list shows what you've downloaded. Pretty intuitive.
Sounds developer friendly. But there are tons of models out there. How do you find ones that work with Ollama? And how do you choose?
Good question. Two main places. First, Ollama.com/search. It's designed to be super user-friendly, get you started fast.
Simple search, okay.
Second, and more powerful, is Hugging Face.
Ah, Hugging Face. The GitHub for LLMs.
Pretty much. It's huge. You can filter models by task, like audio to text, by language, license. But the crucial filter for Ollama is the library or format. You want models in GGUF format.
GGUF. Got it. Why that format?
It's highly optimized for running these large models efficiently on regular computers, consumer hardware. It's what Ollama uses under the hood. Some newer Hugging Face interfaces might even have a direct Ollama filter now.
So you find a GGUF model on Hugging Face, copy the Ollama pull command, paste it in your terminal, and you're good to go.
That's basically it.
Okay, let's connect the dots. Ollama running locally, Drupal running, maybe in Docker or locally too. How do they talk to each other? Let's use that alt text example.
Right. So first, in your Drupal project, you'd use Composer to install the main AI module and the Ollama provider module.
Yes.
Standard Drupal stuff.
Composer require.
Yep. Then configuration. In Drupal's admin UI, you go to the AI settings, configure the Ollama provider. You tell it where your Ollama instance is running, like the Docker container name if you're using DDEV or Lando, and the port.
Okay, pointing Drupal at Ollama.
Exactly. Then you go to the specific module settings, like AI, image alt text. You select a vision model you've already pulled down with Ollama, maybe Ollama 2 vision or something similar.
The model you downloaded earlier.
Right. And you tick the box to auto-generate alt text when images are uploaded.
And then what happens when I upload, say, that parrot picture?
You upload the parrot. Drupal, via the AI module and the Ollama provider, sends the image data to your local Ollama instance. Ollama processes it using the vision model you selected.
All on my machine.
All on your machine. Ollama sends back the suggested alt text, like parrot on a fence. The module populates the alt text field with that suggestion.
And then I, the editor, check it, fix fence to wire.
Precisely. AI gives you a massive head start, saves you typing. But that human review ensures accuracy and context, AI as assistant.
That's a really clear workflow. Okay, local is great for privacy, development, testing, but what about production? If my site gets huge traffic, can my laptop running Ollama handle it? Probably not, right?
Yeah, that's the big scalability question. Ollama is fantastic locally, but trying to run it directly in a high-traffic production setup, you'll likely hit hardware bottlenecks pretty quickly. It wasn't really designed for that kind of load out of the box.
So what are the alternatives for using these open source models in production?
You typically look towards cloud providers. Azure, AWS, Google Cloud all have services for hosting and scaling open source models.
The big clouds. Any other options?
Yeah, there are platforms like Beam Cloud, which has a nice setup for Drupal integration with both open source and hosted models. Or if you really want control and have the resources, you could look at something like VLLM to build out your own on-premise AI infrastructure.
Okay, so options exist for scaling. Good. Now, shifting gears slightly away from Drupal itself, but still critical for developers. How can AI help me write code faster, better, right in my editor? Let's talk about Continue.
Right, Continue. It's an open source AI coding assistant that plugs into your IDE VS Code, PHP Storm, ones Drupal devs typically use.
An AI pair programmer, almost.
Sort of, yeah. It gives you integrated chat right in the editor, auto-completion, inline suggestions. It can scaffold code as you type, often guessing context pretty well.
It figures out what you're trying to do.
It tries. It can also help modify existing code. And importantly, it has agentic features.
Agentic. You mentioned that before. What does that mean in Continue?
It means the AI can sort of think aloud. It can break down a task you give it, explain its plan, execute steps. It's really helpful if you're learning something new in Drupal, for example. You see its process.
Like watching over its shoulder? How easy is Continue to set up with Ollama?
Pretty easy. Install the extension from your IDE's marketplace. Then, in Continue settings, you tell it to use Ollama. You point it to your local Ollama instance, similar to how you configure Drupal.
Can you pick which Ollama model Continue uses?
Yes, and this is cool. You can actually configure different models for different tasks within Continue. Maybe use a fast, smaller model for simple autocomplete, but a larger, more powerful model for that agentic reasoning or complex code generation.
Oh, interesting. Tailoring the tool to the task. Can you give an example for Drupal?
Sure. Say you start typing a Drupal route subscriber class. Continue might pop up an inline suggestion, completing the basic structure, maybe even guessing the route name based on your module's name or other files.
That saves typing boilerplate.
Definitely. Or code commenting. Select a function, ask as Butinal. Continue to comment it, that'll generate dot blocks, and you can accept or reject each suggestion individually, like a merge conflict review, but for comments.
Keeps the code base clean. And the agentic part.
You can prompt it. Create the structure for an info.mlo file for a Drupal 11 module named MyAwesomeModule. The agent view would then show you its plan. Okay, I need the name, type, description, core version requirement keys, and then generate the YAML. Seeing that plan is super useful.
Right. It's not just giving you code, it's showing its work. But you said it's mostly single file, so it won't create my whole multi-file module.
Yeah, generally.
Yeah.
Continue's main strength currently is assisting within the file you're working on.
Yeah.
Generating whole projects, coordinating across multiple files. That's where other tools are starting to emerge.
Like what?
There's another open source tool called Client. It seems to be better suited for bigger picture stuff, idea generation, handling complex tasks that span multiple files. Some people are even combining VS Code, Continue, Client, and Ollama to build their own totally open source alternative to paid tools like Cursor.
Building your own AI coding environment. Very cool. Okay, this space is moving incredibly fast. What's next? What's on the horizon for local AI, Ollama, Drupal?
Yeah, things are evolving rapidly. One big area is Model Context Protocols, or MCPs.
MCPs, what are those?
Think of them as standardized ways for LLMs to actually interact with other software, to control tools, access external APIs, read files, browse the web. It moves them beyond just text generation into actually doing things.
Giving the AI hands and eyes, almost.
That's a good way to put it. And building on that, there's a tool called Goose. It's pitched as a local open source agent that can automate whole development tasks.
Build a whole future.
Potentially. It aims to autonomously plan, write code, execute it, debug, use APIs. It integrates with LLMs like those run by Ollama, and uses MCPs to interact with the world. Still early days, but very promising.
Wow. And Ollama itself, any big news?
Yes, actually, quite recently, just around August 5th, Ollama announced a partnership with OpenAI.
OpenAI, really?
Yeah, they launched two new Ollama-compatible models, a 20 billion and 12 billion parameter one. They're touting advanced agent capabilities, built-in web search if you enable it, of course, adjustable reasoning effort.
Web search built into the local model. How does that work?
That's a good question. The specifics aren't fully clear yet, but presumably allows the model to fetch up-to-date information when needed, addressing that knowledge cutoff issue. These models also let you see the reasoning process and have a permissive Apache 2 license.
That's huge. Any other collaborations?
They're also working with NVIDIA to optimize performance, especially for folks with NVIDIA GPUs, making local AI run faster and smoother.
Faster is always better. Okay, with all this power running locally, let's talk brass tacks. Privacy and performance. You mentioned privacy is a big win.
It really is. Your prompts, your code, your data, it all stays on your machine. It doesn't get uploaded to some third-party cloud. That solves massive privacy and security headaches right there.
The main risk is just someone stealing your laptop.
Pretty much, yeah. Basic hardware security.
Yeah.
Though that new web search feature, we need to see how that's implemented. What data, if any, leaves your machine to perform the search? That's a potential new wrinkle to watch.
Good point. And performance. Does this grind my machine to a halt?
It depends. Performance is tied to the model size, how many parameters it has your available RAM, and crucially, whether you have a decent GPU, especially on Linux and Windows.
Macs rely more on that unified memory, right?
Exactly. So you might need to experiment. Try different models, see what runs smoothly on your specific hardware. Smaller models are faster, but maybe less capable. Bigger models are smarter, but need more resources.
Trade-offs. And you mentioned knowledge cutoff dates for open source models.
Yeah, that's still a factor. An open source model trained a year ago won't know about the very latest Drupal APIs or best practices. So human verification is still essential. The web search and the new OpenAI models could help bridge that gap, but you still need to check the AI's work.
Always double check the robot. Okay. What a fascinating dive into open source AI. We've really unpacked what open source means here, seen how tools like AI Core are changing Drupal, and how Ollama and Continue put serious AI power right on your desktop.
Yeah, and looking ahead with agents like Goose, MCPs, those new Ollama collaborations, the pace is just relentless.
It really is. From understanding the spectrum of openness to seeing practical demos with alt text, it's a lot clearer now.
And thinking bigger picture, with this tech becoming more accessible, running powerful models locally, what does that unlock for your projects? If you have this private, capable AI assistant at your beck and call, how does that change how you approach problems, how you develop software? Especially thinking about those economic questions we raised earlier. How will the funding and collaboration models shape the future of truly open, accessible AI? It's something to keep an eye on.
That's a fantastic question to ponder. How does this change your workflow, your approach? We definitely encourage everyone listening to explore these tools. Download Ollama, try, continue, see what they can do for you.
Kick the tires. Experiment.
Exactly. Thanks so much for diving deep with us today.
My pleasure.
That is a wrap on today's Drupal Brief. Remember, this was an AI-generated summary, so be sure to check out the original source for the full story and all the details. Before you go, if what you heard today got you excited about trying something new in Drupal, remember that Drupal Forge has you covered. Whether you want to test that new module, demo a concept to your team, or just explore the latest Drupal features, you're literally 5 seconds away from a fully loaded development environment. No downloads, no setup, no hassle. Just pure Drupal innovation at your fingertips. If this episode was helpful, please hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. It really helps other Drupal developers discover the show. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you on the next Drupal Brief.